Can Christians actually stop sinning?
Yes, but not in the way that you think, right? So first and foremost, sin is an identity issue, not an action. But a lot of people bring up 1 John chapter 3, verse 4, which says transgression of the law is sin, breaking the commandments. But when you look at Romans chapter 6, verse 14, it says, for sin shall have no dominion over you, for you are not under the law, but under grace. So there are two types of people. There are people who are under the law, and there are people who are under grace. That's just the way the Bible splits two people. There are sinners, and there are people who are saved by grace. Saved, saints, sinners. Just these two. So when people read contextually, oh, you know, God says, if you love me, keep my commandments. Of course. But at the same time, who keeps the commandments perfectly? And if we did, why does Jesus have to die? He doesn't have to. We would just keep the commandments. We would pray, we would tithe, we would fast, and that's it. So why, in a way, it's weird. Can Christians stop sinning? No, without Jesus. With Jesus, absolutely. But again, not in a way that we think, oh, we have Jesus now, no more lust. No. It literally transfers you out of the law into grace so that those sins don't even count against you anymore. That's the difference. It's not, oh, I have Jesus now, I'm not going to lust anymore. And if I do, I'm lukewarm, which again is not the context of what lukewarm is.
Like the actions don't matter. But then I guess it's just this endless cycle that people then go to.
Yeah.
Oh, then does it matter what I do? I should just do drugs or whatever.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
no, you wouldn't, because it's a relationship.
To that, exactly. But to that, you would stop sinning out of thankfulness. Like right now, when people are under the law, even if you address those people who say, well, I could just sin however I want then. But even under the law, you still don't stop sinning. And under the law, you're not sinning because it's out of fear. You're not obeying out of love. You're obeying out of fear. And how does that? That's not even biblical, right? So what I say to people is like, they have this performative mindset. Anyone who asks that question, or it's difficult for them to grasp, like if y'all are listening, the truth is this, and I'm just going to keep it real. You have a performative mindset. You think if I stop sinning X amount of times, God will reward me X amount of times. That's the core issue that we all have to address. That's why they ask that endless cycle. That's why they go, well, okay, but what if I do this? Or they try to find loopholes because they've never, sadly, experienced the true love of God. They think that they have.